did it. We're live again. Number 2. Hello, welcome everybody to Wafflers Assemble, episode number 2. Kind of a sequel, which makes me a little nervous because I don't know any sequels which are better than the first. Can any of you?
On the spot, but no.
Exactly. Maybe Godfather Part 2. So if we can live up to that, and if we're Wafflers Assemble, if this is Age of Ultron, I'm really worried because we're going to be just about watchable, but then the 3rd and 4th episode are going to be particularly awesome. So at least that's something to look forward to. Did we agree on the Waffler symbol, or are we getting rid of it? I feel like tonight it's more prevalent than ever.
I don't know. I think John's got
Or
it.
do we lose it? The fact that you've done it makes me think that you don't like it. So let's just.
I need to bother dressing up. Mike Wazowski time.
Yay! Wow, you all look pretty fantastic. I don't know what word to use. Fantastic, is that the right word?
Yes.
Awesome. Pretty awesome. If anyone's watching, use the comments now. Guess who we are. If you can tell who we are. I've got my ideas of who everyone might be. Obviously, this is the Grinch's Plenty of Fish gate. here on my left. But I'm not too sure about anybody else. So if there's anybody watching, comment who you think we might be. And while we're waiting, what's the lag time on comments, Ben?
Normally about 10-15 seconds. So let's
right, just while we're waiting for the comments to come in slightly.
There we go.
I'm quite traumatized today. I haven't told you this yet.
Oh,
I went to Knowsley Safari Park yesterday with Emma and the boys and the 3 boys. I mean, we got into the lion enclosure and we drove right up to the Pride of Lions. And Daddy managed to lean on the rear window controls of the car. And the next thing I know, I'm getting Emma's screaming at me, and in a sort of haze of massive panic, I forget how to put windows back up again, and I started to do another window down. So there were 2 windows down on the line side of the car. Hashtag Father of the Year. So I still haven't got over that.
Someone's worked out who we are.
Have they?
Heather,
right.
Damn it. Hello, Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit. That's a bit of a cheat, isn't it?
We want specifics.
Specifics.
Yeah.
There's a comment for you here, Claire.
Yeah, I saw that. Already. Thank you.
Mr. Knapp, this is going to be interesting tonight then.
Yeah.
With our viewers on their best behaviour.
Hi, David and David.
Hi, David and David.
Good friends in Florida. Last time we saw you was in the Magic Kingdom, 2014. We will see each other again there.
Yeah,
we're waving back at you.
Yay!
Be careful what you're doing with that gauntlet, John. Could be a very, very quick episode.
Yeah.
No snapping fingers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or not yet.
Not yet.
We need to get rid of some naughty viewers.
Yay! Hi, Patricia.
Oh, wow.
Got lots of people joining us tonight, which is amazing.
So while people are starting to tune in, Ben's got a quick game for us that he wanted to try out on us, like a test the techie. So Ben's thinking of a villain, as it is the Halloween show, and we're all going to do in a 20 question style, guess what that villain is. Ben's going to mute us or ask us individually so we don't talk over each other. And listeners, comment in, give us some questions to ask Ben to figure out which villain this is. And if it goes on too long, we'll just... Okay. Whenever you're ready, Ben.
Go on then, Lloyd. You can go first. I'll let you have the first one.
Are you from an animated Disney film?
Yes. Claire.
Do you have a good song to sing?
Yes.
I know who it is.
Right.
You can have a guess then, Lloyd, or
it's one of two. Can I have 2 guesses?
Just one.
I'll ask a question.
Your Scar.
Oh no.
Yes.
Are you?
Oh,
Well, that didn't
Oh,
last
should have
very
made
long.
that a bit more
It's a
difficult.
Yeah.
quick game.
I like
It
that
was
quick.
either
game.
Scar or Ursula.
Yeah. They have
Oh,
to
I
be.
was going Gaston.
Surrounded by idiots.
I don't know, Mother Gothel's quite a good villain
It
song
could
as
have been
well.
Gaston.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
the
all
two
fixed
best
Gaston.
villain songs are Ursula and Scar. Come on.
Be prepared. Yeah, Gaston's still quite good.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
we're talking top tier.
It's more of a sidekick song as well. It's sung by LeFou.
Mm.
No, I'm still on Gaston. Sorry.
You'd like to be.
It's not even the watershed. is it?
simmer down, Sammy. Simmer.
Sammy, I do know where the mute button is.
Sammy, I brought a special guest for you tonight. As we know, you're Connor's your number one, and Tom Holland's your number two. And,
Well,
and Tom
I mean,
is
they're
paying us a villain,
interchangeable.
a visit tonight. He's got a little message for you as well
Right.
from Tom. Do you hear
Oh,
that?
I don't even want to know what that was.
He's got further messages for you.
Right.
They'll never hear me coming.
And I'll carry on. Okay, this is a kid's toy, by the way. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
And then-
yeah,
I'm
more
trying to
of
be stealthy.
he's trying to be stealthy. There we go. Do you like him?
Right.
Do you want us to send him over when Connor's away?
that. Please, first class meal. I need that in my life. Thank you.
The tone's already. The tone is already.
Right, it's already. We need to
Lowered.
bring the tone up a bit. Come on, guys.
Jeez. Well,
And we've been asked to say hi to Nick. So hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Nick. Yay.
Should we see who else we got in the comments? I want to say hi to Eric.
We've got Jezza. Hi, Jezza.
Hi, Eric. Hi, Jezza.
Hi,
Eric.
Ben. My
Hey,
friend
Eric
Ben
back
there.
again as well. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
Eric must have enjoyed the
Hi,
third
Joe.
show so much he's come
Hi,
back.
Joe.
Loving the picture there, Joe.
This is a PG-rated show, correct?
There's Josh as
What
well.
the week
Hi,
is.
Is that this is or is this? Was that going to be a question mark?
we were playing it, but it ended really quick.
Sorry, Jason, you only lasted like 2 questions.
Ben is
Sorry,
obviously very
Jason,
bad
yeah,
at 20
he said
questions.
You should. I thought you were going to get a really sort of abstract villain there, but Ben. But you
I
just
did it in
used.
the last minute, so it's like,
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, you've only.
Yeah.
It's only a live show. Just do it last minute. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. 5 seconds before the show.
he's
Um,
my favourite villain, so I thought that would be my choice. But
Yeah, that's what
So-
I've seen. You've got a T-shirt Scar as well, so it was just a giveaway.
yeah,
Hey,
I'm
the thing
surrounded
is-
by idiots.
Think
I
of
want to
it.
say hi
We
to Mike
appreciate
as well.
it.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Say
I
what,
want to say hi
Mike?
to Mike.
I am Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Lloyd, if they ever bring back Name That Tune, you're going on. I think that's you name that in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Ben and two have got a guess,
Yeah.
quite good. What are 2
Can I,
songs?
can I say hello to, in case he's watching, to Logan Street, who did my horns
As it were.
at the very last
Absolutely nailed
minute
Yeah.
because the delivery couldn't come on time. So Logan made these himself,
Yeah.
Cool.
and they're fantastic. Thank you, Logan.
Yeah.
They are well done, Logan. They are fabulous.
Super.
Yeah, fantastic job, Logan.
Just
Yeah.
want to say a big hello to Carlos.
Yay, my
Okay.
friend.
Hey, Carlos.
Carlos.
Hi.
You know
Carlos
Jason can
is
hear you,
my-
right, Claire?
I know. That's what. Carlos is
checking.
my favourite after hours presenter.
What about Colin?
Oh, I like Colin too. Yeah, he's number 2.
Now we know who's at the bottom.
Yeah, poor Carlos.
No,
Poor Jason.
Oh, poor Jason. Sorry, I tuned out there for a second.
It's all right. Jason's still playing 20 questions. He's
I know
trying
there's
to-
normally a lag between the comments, but normally it's like they're ahead of us or we're ahead of them.
Yes.
Should we head into the first feature then?
Go on then.
Yeah.
As it's All Hallows Eve or Halloween Eve or whatever it is. It's not quite Halloween, but it almost is. Our first feature is Trick or Treat. You could have put a spooky effect on my voice then, Ben.
We got an echo or something.
So basically what we've done here is each waffler has selected their trick and their treat, but neither are sinister. Their trick is basically a hack or a trick of getting a better experience or bypassing something or getting more for your money or something like that in Disney. And then their treat is one experience or attraction or something they would treat someone with if they could just pick one thing. And first to give us her trick or treats is Claire. But before she starts, if you're watching and you're listening to Claire's trick or treat, give us an idea which one you prefer. Obviously, you'll have to wait till the second one. But then let us know whether you prefer the trick or if you want the treat this Halloween. Take it away, Claire.
Okay, so my trick, my hack is based in the resort, and it is the campfires. Now, not everybody realises that nearly all of the resorts have a campfire somewhere in the grounds, and every evening around 6:15, they give away free marshmallows on really long sticks. And you can toast them and you can have as many as you want. You can just keep refilling them over and over and over. You can pay a little bit of money and make s'mores, but if you're British and you don't know what a s'more thing is, then marshmallows are good. I've been to the ones, the campfire at Animal Kingdom Lodge and the one at Wilderness Lodge, which is conveniently near Geezer Point, which is lovely. So we have enjoyed them loads of times, and they're completely free. So if you're going for dinner, go a little bit early and grab yourself some marshmallows. Even in the summer heat, it's a really good evening. So that's my trick. And my treat is something that I have treated somebody to before, and it is the Undiscovered Epcot tour. Now I bought this for Dan for his birthday last year when we were in Orlando. And he had an amazing experience. He went on his own and got to go to the lounge inside Spaceship Earth. So it's an upstairs lounge on the first floor, second floor for our American friends. It looks out over what used to be Fountain of Nations, looks out over the building site now, I expect. He went into the lounge, which is inside the Seas, which has a piano inside it, which is made from glass, which is amazing. So if you're in any way musical, that's a really cool thing to see. And he got to go backstage at Test Track and go and see the costuming building, and also for the geeks among us, the building where they clean the 3D glasses for all of Walt Disney. So I know that sounds a bit weird, but if you like that sort of thing, then it ticks the box. So my treat would be a trip on the Undiscovered Epcot tour.
Wicked.
I love that. That sounds fantastic. That one, Claire.
Yeah, it was really good, and actually, this sounds like I'm really cheap. It was. It's not a hugely expensive one. That's not why I chose it. That's not why.
Hang on. You're not cheap, but you're going to feed your kids an evening meal around the campfire because it's free marshmallows as well.
Look, I paid for Dan to go on the tour, whilst me, who does not like heights, took the kids on soaring.
Oh.
That was not good. I did not enjoy that. But, yeah,
Claire, it was good value for money.
That's exactly the word I was looking for, Peter. So, yeah, I think the Undiscovered Epcot tour is one that's probably not very highly rated, and people may not know it's there. I'm assuming it's still happening at the moment. So,
oh, cool.
I think it's one I would like to do. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, people haven't decided between the. We've got a couple of things about the floors. We've got floor gates going on in the comments at the moment. Floor gates.
Okay,
gone over my head.
So Mark, you've asked. Wait, what do you call? You call the second floor the first floor. What's the first floor? So we have the ground floor, and then the first floor. We don't. The first floor is for you. Is the ground floor for us?
Is this a US UK divide?
Yeah. It's like the pronunciation of various words as well, but we won't. Let's not go there now.
It's a bit like lift and elevator. Same
Lift, elevator.
Yeah, for our American listeners, what's a car park?
Yeah.
Answers in the comments. Fastest finger wins.
Holiday schedule, not schedule. You know, all of those things.
Yep.
Vacation, holiday, all of that sort of.
Yeah. We could be here all night going through these.
All the wonderful things that make us different.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say
I like that. I like that,
to
Claire.
Carlos from Disney World Freak. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Hey, hi, Carlos.
So people are liking the costumes, but no one wants to commit to what we are yet. Claire, yours is getting some love as well. Your costume's getting some love.
Aw.
No one's guessing yet.
Okay,
Come
so we give
on,
it a
you need
go.
to guess who we
Come
are.
on, yeah.
Claire's just got that look of having sort of too many sprouts and things like that, isn't it?
Well,
That's
let's
so rude.
That was the Sunny Delight kid, John. The kid who drank so much Sunny Delight and went yellow.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it's the Wicked Witch of the West or the East or whatever. But
Elphaba.
that would be
Yeah,
really
wicked.
good, wouldn't it, Claire?
Yeah.
So I'm not going there.
Yeah, definitely.
So
not.
have people chosen their? This is a question basically from Jason. Have people chosen their favourite Avenger or the one that the coolest looking, so they could dress as them for an evening on live camera? I know John's gone for the coolest looking.
Oh, Jeremy got me, although he got me a little bit wrong. I am Spider Person. I am non-gendered.
Claire's
Spider-Woman.
Gamora.
Claire's Gamora, yep.
Yeah. I do
Anyone
love
else?
Gamora. She's properly fierce.
She's
I
pretty
think
cool.
I love Stephanie's 6-year-old.
Yeah.
It's got all of our names. But
Yeah.
Thanos is the
Oh,
coolest.
Thanos'
Really?
favourite.
That is
That does
cute.
like give you a nice warm hug, doesn't
There
it?
you go.
Thanos?
There you go. You can have that when we're finished tonight. Look at that. This
Just don't
one
click your
One
fingers.
gauntlet.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh.
And he got Ben's as well.
So there's,
Anyone want to make any other guesses? Oh, Jeremy
Yeah.
again.
Jeremy's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeremy knows his
Killing it.
Avengers.
Jez is
does.
I wonder if he can get everyone else though.
Mm.
He's
Come
getting
on.
the easy ones, you see, he's getting the easy ones.
Okay. Let's put Lloyd.
that's just Lloyd.
Yeah.
Who's Lloyd?
This is just what
I
Lloyd
hate
does
seeing myself at
normally.
full screen.
If just close your eyes, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Then you don't know what.
Oh, Heather got them all but missed one person.
Miss
Everyone but
me.
you.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Jeremy's a self-confessed nerd.
I think we all
Don't
are.
worry
Nerd
about
at
it.
large.
You're in good
Nerd at
company.
large.
Would it help
Heather, you
if
missed
Oh,
one
Peter, you're
person.
someone's favourite.
if I did this?
Stephanie, it's amazing.
Ben, you're gonna have to. Who had blocking Jason at 18 minutes into the show? Who had that in the sweepstake?
To be honest, I thought it was going to be 5 minutes.
Thank you, Valerie. Valerie said we all look great. How nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So who is Jill? Come on, who is Jill?
Come on, we got Jill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big deep guys.
Apart from a long-suffering wife.
No.
I'll get you later, Lloyd.
There we go.
Yay. Well done, Stephanie.
Well
Yeah.
done. Killed it.
Right, cool. We completely digressed from the feature already.
Yeah, okay. Back,
I think
back
it was John's go next for trick or treat.
Oh, you
it's
just
me.
test-
Right. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah. And for anyone who comes in the comments and now says, "Put the mask back on," it's an
That's a better
improvement.
Thanos mask.
Take it off.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, John.
You've got a purple glow from your t-shirt up to it. It looks quite good.
Doesn't look like it's gone anywhere.
Is this what
Thank you.
Thanos does when he takes his mask off? Is that like just in the
Yeah, at
film?
the end of the day, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Trick or treat. Good. I'll stay professional throughout, guys. Don't worry. I'll get us back on. We'll be in that after hours. After hours. This time. It's only-
Oh, John, you've.
Johnny, you're
it's
always
only
playing
6 days.
FIFA.
John, you're breaking up,
I
man.
think Thanos is interfering.
Yep.
Right, I'll keep talking.
Yep.
Is that any better?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. My trick's a simple one, and it's simply unnoticed by many. Yet, after a day at Magic Kingdom, it actually allows you to shorten your trip back to the car. And after fireworks, when the express monorail is queued right down the ramp, just head to the left-hand side of the monorail station and save yourself the most amazing amount of time. You can look down on the lengthy queue for the ferry and across at the long line for the express monorail as you just hop back to the TTC. And it is that one thing that we're all told it and nobody seems to use it. Get on the resort monorail back to the TTC. That's my trick.
Cool.
Good one.
Is it me? Did that photo kind of remind you of Mater? It's like there's a
Let me have a look.
Mater version of monorail. Can you see it with the
Oh,
teeth?
yeah, look at the teeth in the front.
It just needs to be painted brown.
It's funny.
That's cool, that John. And you're, yeah, it's a good point, and it's one of those things that a lot of people miss on because they just think with Express, by name alone, it's going to get me there very, very sharply. But everyone's doing that at the end of the night, and the resort one's got a couple of stops.
It's really strange because last year, we ended up with what I think was our last night in Magic Kingdom, and it was one of those occasions where you couldn't believe that the queue for the ferry was ridiculous. They were queuing right down the ramp for the express monorail, and we actually got the first onto the first monorail that arrived for the resort one, and they're all on the same loop, and yet no, and I don't know, I don't quite understand why people don't do it, but.
Anna's made a good point there, John.
Yeah, Anna's not happy.
Well, it's what we do on the show all the time. Sometimes when we're sort of sharing our tips and tricks, which are readily available on any other sort of providers of Disney content, but when we're sharing them, you always feel a bit like, oh no, next time I go now, everyone's going to be doing that, or everyone's, suddenly your trick is just the norm, and it's like, remember, like the Character Warehouse. You go the Character Warehouse in the outlet malls. You go back like 5 years. Walk in, great, and then like what was it? 2 years ago, you get these people doing it on YouTube, and now suddenly everyone's there and queuing around the corner. So, yeah, maybe for the rest, take that as a bit of a warning for the rest of the people. Only share something if you don't want to lose out on that.
I think Hannah's right though, but I've heard this so many times, and yet it still keeps happening to me. And I've told my brother to do it when he went there, and he's not a Disney person. And yet still tried when it goes against your natural instinct to go and join a queue. And it's not a British thing. It's actually an American thing. And they will go and join the queue because that's the way that you're herded and you're shepherded across to that side. And yet if you just, use the hint and tip, head left. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that.
Carlos has made a good point as well. Because remember when you could ask to be right at the front with the monorail pilot?
Oh,
I remember that going. Mum and Dad, me and my brother, just sitting at the front of the monorail.
Yeah,
and it's like, now, everyone was asking for it. We can't do it at the moment anyway, and you can't do it in recent years anyway. But sharing things, you suddenly lose out and be able to do it next time.
Yeah, and it's something. If anybody's sort of planning for the future, you can't do it anymore. And it was one of those little moments that it was a little bit of Disney magic, and unfortunately, health and safety get in the way. Jason said as well about the photograph.
About how you managed to get the photo.
Being on the photo, being on the tracks. It wasn't Jason. I'm still alive. Thanks for worrying about me.
So what's
I
your
Jason's comment about John on Facebook?
Yeah,
I missed that one.
Merry Christmas.
I can't believe I'm actually seeing John on Facebook. It's like Christmas.
Thank you, Jason. You see, Jason's on my Christmas card list. You see, because for reasons which will become clear in a moment.
So we've Maria's here, Valerie's here as well. They've joined us now. Mark's made a good point. You can still ride up front of the monorail at Disneyland.
Okay.
What's your treat then, John?
Right, I'm leaving aside a pint of Strongbow or a pint of Guinness in the Rose and Crown with friends. That is a little treat, but I'm not doing that one, and I'm going to choose
a pint of what? Sorry, John.
Strongbow cider.
Why would you buy imported stuff in America? Stuff that's imported from where we live.
In the Rose and Crown, you can pay $10 for it.
Pay $10 for like a £1. You get 2 litres for £1 in an off license in the UK.
I don't know. I tell you. But I'm also going to choose to ignore Everest at night because that's and also all the firework cruises that I've done, and I'm actually going to take all the news since we recorded our November show. I've only one place, and I think you all know where I'm going with this. It's a place that have possibly more photos than any ride, any show combined. And this week, I've shared the exact emotional attachment with the people in the show that I've talked about repetitively on the podcast. But I've also they've shared their sort of feelings, and the past few days have been very, very tough out in Orlando. There's so many employees, cast members, crew, technicians, and I wasn't going to use my words, but I'm desperately trying not to use the words of Justin Law, who played Marlin. His words that he posted on Instagram were just so emotionally amazing. He mentioned about the fact that for every dad that he's watched cry, he's actually enjoyed watching us all sing. But as I've read so many emotional stories from all of the characters and the crew, we're in a position where we're watching from afar, but this is a real life thing that's happened to cast members that have got so many qualities. And I don't know, it just seems to be that it is that whole thing about the Nemo show again. And don't shoot me down yet. Don't shoot me down yet. But it's that shared sense of family, the same connection that brought me and my own family back to watch them again and again and again, and sometimes even again just on the same day because we could. But it's that in their hour of need to be able to sort of reach back to them, offer some support and thanks for what they've been able to do, has really sort of been about a shared passion. And it's really taken me aback, because as much as we as a family watched and sang and cried, they did too. And that's really something that's hit me. They weren't just acting; they were actually living, breathing, and performing every part of a show that I've spoken about. But their love for their show and our show, their character, their performance, and also for the audience. And so for every performer, not just in the Nemo show, who's actually made such a difference to so many of our holidays and so many of our visits to all of the parks, just in making the magic. And we just all have to recognize that at Disney, I just send a bit of love, a bit of hope, a bit of strength to all of them, and just a collective thank you. They're all individuals that made the magic, a magic you can't buy, a magic that's not bought back in an instant, but it's a treat that I hope we'll all see one day.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yay.
That was lovely, that, John. Completely against the brief of the whole segment, but
it was like a good honourable mention.
It is, and it's much needed, and all our hearts go out to them all, and you said it very well there.
Yeah, I think as well though, Lloyd. I think because of our schedule of recording shows and stuff, we've already recorded the November show, which is coming out soon, but we didn't have the opportunity to make mention of that. And I know that we've, for the past few months, we've really sort of tried to make sure that people are aware of how much heartbreak a lot of cast members have had. But it's when you're getting messages back, and obviously, Jason's already appreciated my my social media sort of presence. But I'm now prolific. I'm now prolific on that. I posted one story.
This comment just sums it up. It's important to point out
No, it doesn't.
The Lion
Get rid
King
of
is
it.
better than Finding Nemo.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So,
It doesn't. Wait till you guys have kids, Ben and Becca, and then that bit. Bye, Dad.
Yeah,
Bye. I'm going now. Just like saying, I can't even say the bye son bit before like going down.
Move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Can I also add something else, because I think this is really important at this particular time for so many people who work or worked at Disney. They're really suffering. They're suffering because they gave everything, from thousands of performances that they were in the character that they truly believed. It doesn't matter if it's Beauty and the Beast. It doesn't matter if it's Nemo. It doesn't matter if it's the Lion King. These are real people, and at the moment they are hurting so much, and my heart absolutely bleeds for them. And I think for all of us who are true Disney people and just love the parks, it really hurts for all of us, irrespective of where you are in the world. But these are real people, and I wanted them to be aware tonight that we're thinking of them.
Well, there's also the cast. Is it the cast pantry? You can donate to.
I think there's quite a few different places you can donate to. Yeah, if you want.
As long as it's an authentic one and the money's actually going to get to them, I'll be donating this weekend on.
It's
one
so
of those.
important, Lloyd, and we're living in times that we never thought we'd ever see. We just have to hope that, and we can all understand it. Disney have to make decisions that are very much based around sensible accounting, because that's essentially that's what a business does. But for the people who've given up their lives, I really do. I'd take my hat off to them. I have so much time for them, and I'm stopping there because I'm
sorry.
Otherwise,
some of my mates, my closest mates who don't know we've got this podcast and that I'm on it. One of my mates he's put it in the group chat, which he's probably forgot I'm a member of. He's going, guys, Lloyd's got a secret Facebook live thing going on at the moment.
I like it's called Secret.
I don't tell anybody. This is my secret passion. There's nothing secret. Not anymore.
Secret.
No.
Was the only thing that was secret was the Disney Plus recording where someone had way too much to drink.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It's like Remember Having Badly Drunk episode, wasn't it? It was basically, but it's still fun. So, John, very well said. Jill, you've got to lift us back up now. We're down there.
Yeah,
you've got the job now.
Yeah, I'm going to take you all to Paris. So come on, jump on the Eurostar. Yeah, off we go. My trick is Disneyland Paris related. It's very easy to look at the hotel prices on the DLP website and go, what? Nope, no way. But my trick is that off-site at Disneyland Paris is a thing. There are lots of really inexpensive budget hotels really nearby. Some of them are even walking distance. Some of them are a 5-minute journey on the RER train. There are so many to stay at. And yes, it's lovely to be in the bubble. It's lovely to be, walking and from your hotel and be in the Disney bubble the whole time. But sometimes budgets mean that you've got to stay off-site. And there are lots of options. Maybe we'll talk about it in a podcast episode coming up. That's my tip, my trick. Yeah. So there you go. Man the Valet Chesty, that's on the RER, and as you can see, the sign at the end, Parks Disneyland, even has a little Mickey head on it. So you can always tell you're going to the right stop. And my treats, if all the money you've saved by staying at budget hotels, you're now about to blow on my treat. Because my treat is the California Grill, which is very different from the WDW version of California Grill. It's a very different restaurant. They have a thing called the Sparkling Experience, which costs about 200 euros per person, which is a lot. But it's a whole evening. You get cocktails in the beautiful Fantasia bar. You get a massive meal of the most exquisite food. You get wine with it. Then you get champagne and petit fours, and you get taken up to the Founders Bar, which you can usually only go to if you're staying in the Castle Club level at Disneyland Hotel. And you get a balcony view of the evening castle show. It is just a beautiful experience. It takes about 3 hours at least. It's a lovely thing to do with your significant other. It's just one of the most amazing evenings I've ever had. So, sparkling experience.
Cool. So who did you do it with then, Jill?
Let's just say it was a very low-key occasion.
No.
I need a sound effect for that.
Was that off the top of your head, or did you save that? That's brilliant.
You've been working on that for hours.
I don't.
Claire, we've got a question about DLP, so about annual passes. I thought, as you're a member of the Dream Team, this might be right up the street.
The annual passes for Disneyland Paris. Yeah. So the DLP annual passes have not increased in price this year, unsurprisingly. And actually, obviously, DLP closed last night until the 13th of February, although it may reopen at Christmas for a few days if allowed. Which actually means that the annual passes this year have been amazing value, because if you bought a year, you've actually probably going to get best part of 2 years out of it, because they've paused them all during the shutdown time. So the most expensive pass, which is the Infinity Pass, is around €450 for the year. And with that, you get a mega discount. So I had an Infinity Pass last year and actually made back the cost of that pass within, we were there for 2 trips. And I made back the cost of the pass just in discounts and the fact that you get 50% discount in the hotels. So actually, I think the annual passes in Disneyland Paris are particularly good value. But shh, because they'll change that. They'll put the prices up.
We got our annual pass in February, and then obviously COVID happened, and then we managed to get out there in August, and we think, if calculations are right, they'll last till October next year.
Yeah, wow. Exactly. And I think that the benefit is that actually the hotel prices, I think when they reopen, hopefully when they reopen, we'll be closer to having the Art of Marvel hotel open. And yeah, because there was quite a few closures for the next couple of months anyway, that we'll be able to see some of the other hotels reopen when the park reopens, which will be great.
Do you think we could all get jobs there?
What's the discount on hotels for your annual pass?
So it depends on the pass that you've got. So Infinity, it's up to 50% on a hotel room, and you can book 2 hotel rooms at any time. 50, yes, 50.
50, wow.
Yeah. So I went last October and got a room at Sequoia Lodge for 2 nights, 3 days. No park tickets, obviously, because you've got an annual pass. And it was under £300 for the room for the 2 nights. So that, in terms of Disneyland Paris price, is pretty good, because they're often quite expensive. If you go down to a Magic Plus, which is the next level down, it's about 35% discount. But the in-park discounts are huge if you've got an Infinity Pass as well. You get up to, I think you get 20% on restaurants and alcohol, or it's 15% in restaurants and 20% on merch. So actually, if you use it everywhere, which you do, you just throw it at people and they take money off, you can actually recoup the cost of the pass very, very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. You also get lots of perks like special standing areas, special viewing areas, and
you do, and you can enter the park. There's a special gate if you have an Infinity Pass or a Magic Plus pass, that you don't have to wait to enter the park in the morning. If you're there, you can go around and go in the privileged entrance.
Yes,
which is quite nice.
It's quite a nice perk.
It's a nice entrance as well.
Yeah,
it is.
Used it last time.
Carlos, Hotel Elise, lovely hotel.
It's changed a bit now, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the price has gone up now because they've had a bit of a refurb, but and so near, really, really easy. Yeah.
Oh, Maria's made a good point there.
Yes, only one person. So if you've got a family, only one person needs to have an annual pass to be able to get all those discounts. And the discounts in the restaurant are for up to 6 people. So if you're sitting there with, you're only allowed 6 people at the moment anyway. But if you can get discount for everyone, and that's on alcohol and drinks as well as food.
And quite often you'll get a free drink to start with.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Claire. They're really good. Sorry, Jill and Claire, for adding on to that. Was a cat part of Scarlet Witch's?
No, I think
she's a witch, so she's bound to have a cat.
Oh yeah,
this is Cookie.
Sabrina the Scarlet. You can be
it is Halloween.
Captain Marvel's the one with the cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What was the cat called? Captain Marvel.
Chewie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chewie.
It wasn't a cat. It was a flurkin.
It was
a flurkin.
It's a flurkin.
It looked like a cat.
Yes.
How could you remember the type of being? Captain Marvel I watched once and I was like, right, yeah, whatever.
I've had an idea. We're all dressed as Marvel characters, Avengers. Do you think we could get a job at the Art of Marvel?
Yeah.
Yes.
I doubt it.
I reckon
we're in the same sort of ilk as when Del Boy and Rodney did Batman and Robin. So that's where we sit with our costumes and our abilities.
I might be green forever at this rate. Who knows? I'm not sure what will happen.
That's Bia, everyone. Hi,
Tune
Bia.
into December's show to see if Claire is still green.
Highly likely. It's going to be carnage later.
Who's cleaning it? Is it a power hose, power washer in the back garden?
It's just, yeah.
I'm going to go down to the car wash.
Local car wash.
John,
As
it
an
doesn't look like
competitive ballroom dancer who's won a lot of fake tan in his time, you have my sympathy.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's
everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's all up my arms. I've kind of gone the whole hog.
Yeah.
Look behind
Kind of hardcore, man.
Does it look like someone murdered the Grinch in your bathroom?
It's like
it'd be great.
Kermit in the blender, you know. It's
Who's next?
Right, Becca, over to you. Over to you.
So my trick is if you're going to the parks for opening, instead of starting at the front of the park, head to the back. The queues are usually a lot shorter, so you can get on those rides nice and quickly and then work your way back to the front of the park. And then hopefully by the time that you've got to the front of the park, all of the people that have started there will be at the back of the park. Those queues will have gone down a little bit as well.
Good one.
And
Cool.
my treat is a Red's Revenge from Sunshine Tree Terrace at Magic Kingdom. It's really, really, really nice. It's a little strawberry Dole Whip and strawberry Fanta ice cream float thing. I haven't got a picture, I'm afraid. Sorry.
it didn't last that long, obviously.
It didn't last that long. It was gone within seconds.
The little chocolate hat lasted like 2 seconds in Florida heat.
2 seconds with me around. It wouldn't
Yeah,
help.
that's true.
To be fair, most things only last.
In that household. Claire started laughing.
I was going to say most things only last 2 seconds in Florida.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It wasn't Chewy, it was Goose.
I thought you were saying the Ackhurst house.
In the
No.
comics, it was Chewy.
Ah, yeah. We've been corrected on the Captain Marvel.
Goose.
Oh, was a bloke called Goose. Who said Chewy? Or is Goose right? We need to
No,
check
it's
the facts
definitely
here.
Goose and it's
It's
Flurkin.
definitely Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's
that's
ginger.
Flurkin.
I'm going to be
I
totally,
remember it was Ginger.
Of course, it was Goose. I remember now. I don't remember
I'm
much of the
going
film,
to be
but I
totally
remember it being
here
called
though
Goose.
now.
It was Chewy in the comic books.
Yeah, he was. He was called Chewie in the comics.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
Oh, well.
Who read the Captain Marvel comics?
Becca, apparently.
You've got a huge Marvel encyclopedia.
I do.
What? Okay. That's
Yeah, it's
cool.
like that deep.
And now you've got the PVC
What-
cats
what-
to
how-
go with it.
I do. Dream come true.
For Ben.
You can bat Ben off with that
Definitely.
encyclopedia later. Get your Stark off me, Ben.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, it's not 9 o'clock yet, is it? Sorry.
We've
No.
lowered the tone already.
Let's bring
Nice.
it back up then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, thanks, Becca. Thanks for those. Peter or Loki or
Loki.
Pokey. Loki or Lita. Pokey. Pokey you can be. No, actually no.
No.
Right. Come on, Lloyd. Get it together.
Get a grip, man. Get a grip.
Okay. First of all,
Okay,
can
go
I say a shout out to Dark Lord Loki in the comments who likes the horns. Great. Hi Dark Lord Loki. Yay.
And hi to Logan if he is still around, and our friend Chris and the whole family, whoever is actually watching and listening at the time.
Guys, you haven't just played Popmaster on Radio 2. You can't say hello to everybody.
We so appreciate this. It's amazing.
Oh, brilliant. Can I speak?
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
Okay. My trick is, and I'm going to Disneyland Paris as well. I'm going to say Lucky Nugget as my trick, which is a beautiful building. The food is not great, but it's not too expensive, and it brings you to your table. The CMs bring the food to your table, and it has a show. It's had several shows over the years that we've been. Sometimes it's a band, sometimes it's a puppet show, sometimes it's Mickey and Minnie. It's but it is a little secret place that is never that busy, and is definitely worth going to.
Can I ask a question about it?
Sorry, Sammy.
Can I ask a question about it? Does it
Sammy.
serve nuggets?
No.
Serves burgers.
Fish and chips.
It's called the Lucky Nugget. Come on.
I know.
Lucky burger
Trade
saloon.
description.
Yeah.
No, it's burgers and
It was fish and chips.
pork.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's pork ribs. It's rillette pork, so
Okay.
pork ribs.
Okay.
But it does sound really good chips.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
good
I'll need to go for the chips then.
And my treat is, if you know someone who is an ex-shareholder, I'm an ex-shareholder, they can get you into Salon Mickey, at least for the next 4 or 5 years, because that is the ex-shareholders special. There you go, the ex-shareholder special room where you can get free coffee, cakes. You knock on the door outside, and people look at you as though you're someone special. And then there's a special door that takes you into Disneyland.
Yeah.
So is it like Club 33, but for DLP?
It's very similar to Club 33, yeah.
But you can't join it anymore.
A lot
And
smaller.
it doesn't cost
yeah, you
like
can't
£1 million
join.
pounds to like join.
You can't join, no.
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 But if anyone is in the parks next time we are, we might
We
be
can
able to
get
take
you into
get
Salon
you
Mickey.
in.
But then
And Jason's speaking my language down there, to be honest. He knows the score.
A lucky nugget.
Yeah. It's a conjoined McNugget.
Is that all your Christmas?
Other nuggets are available.
Yeah.
The Nana is good.
No, exactly.
We could do like
Sponsor
a whole
us,
show of
McNuggets.
talking about nuggets around Disney World.
Don't
Oh,
give Sammy
yeah.
ideas.
Oh, man. Oh, I
It's
want
called
some
Lucky
nuggets now, guys.
it's called Lucky Nugget because it's named after the first piece of gold that was found in Thunder Mesa, the area, and there's a big golden nugget on the front
Thunder
of the building.
Mesa.
Yep.
Thunder Mesa, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why it's called Lucky Nugget. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I'm gutted. It's fine.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
Right
Sammy,
letter. Dear
what's your
Mr.
chicken
Chapek.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Let's not start that one again, Claire, please.
Well, no. Dear Mr. Chapek, where are
Yes.
the nuggets?
Where are the nuggets?
On the detailed list.
Yeah, so my trick is if you're staying on site at Disney, take advantage of extra magic hours. They are amazing. It's great to be able to get in there before everyone else and kind of get some things done. And once it opens to everyone, you know, you're already in line for some things. Like, I would just say take full advantage of the benefits you get if you're staying on site, especially extra magic hours. And if
You're listening to the Waffle 2015. Welcome, everybody. You're listening to the Mickey Waffle 2012.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Whenever you're ready, Lloyd. And if you're staying
It is a really
off
good-
site, avoid the parks that have extra magic hours because they will be busy and you won't get a head up because there'll be lines before you even get there. So if you're staying off site, avoid it. If you're staying on site, take advantage of it. And my treat would have been the same as John's. It would have been to go and see the Finding Nemo show. I'm not going to hash it all up again, but it was one of the best shows on property, and I feel so bad for all the cast members and performers. But we're not going to get back into that. So I would say Ride Tower of Terror because it's one of the best rides in Disney. It's one of the best iterations of the ride, and I feel like it just encompasses everything Disney stand for, you know, the theming, the ride technology, kind of everything. Tower Terror is a fab ride, so Ride Tower Terror.
Tower Terror looks awesome, and as we're all Marvel, I think we should turn it to Mission Breakout.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Go to California.
No way.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
At least the one in
No.
Disneyland Paris.
Don't touch it. Don't touch the one in Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I'm with
The one in
Sam.
Paris would work really well as Mission Breakout.
The one in Paris is fine. I don't really care about that one. No, I just
You
mean
don't
like
care about Disneyland Paris.
no, I just mean the one at Walt Disney World is like it's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Cool. Hi, Colin. Everyone say hello to Colin.
Yeah.
Hi, Colin.
Well done, Colin. Good to have you on the board. Sammy,
I
can I
like
just
this.
can I also add as well? You know, you're talking about extra magic hours,
Yes.
and I think Lloyd sort of kind of very rudely sort of hit the nail on the head there. So I actually find for evening hours are absolutely perfect. They really work well, but for morning hours, it's always been that extra hour seems to be the biggest pain. And I'll curtail what I was going to add there. The biggest pain, because you get up early, you think you're gonna be ahead of everyone else, and you suddenly actually find every single person who's staying on site is there, and they're all ready ahead of you in the queue. When actually, if you stay in resort and you go for an early morning swim, there's nobody there.
You got to get up earlier, John. You got to be in it to win it.
Exactly.
No,
It depends on the kind of holiday you like and the kind of thing you like. My worst nightmare is getting up early and using the pool before everyone.
Yeah.
Like I would rather go to the park and ride rides and experience the park. And I've never had a bad experience doing extra magic hours ever.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I just I know what you're saying, Claire, but I've got to say it's that one thing. You know, I hate getting up for work. And particularly when we get to this time of the year, you know, when it's dark and stuff like that. But tell you what, put me in the middle of Orlando, and say we need to be up at 6 a.m. for a park opening at 8.
Yeah.
I will be at the gate waiting for the guy who's going to take me money off me at the actual gate and let me into the car park.
Yeah.
I'd be that person.
See, I don't drive.
Yeah.
So we've been there that early that there's nobody at the gate. We've just driven into the parking lot because they weren't even there yet.
Smash through the barrier.
No barriers. It was just up. We were on our way to Animal Kingdom to have breakfast at Tustin.
Can we also highlight Ben's comment and that Tower of Terror is greater than Breakout? Thank you.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you, Ben. Correct.
Yeah.
If they ever reopen Disneyland, we'll be able to check out Breakout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
find
Like
out
I'm sure
somehow.
Breakout's pretty decent, but it's not gonna hold a candle for me to the Walt Disney World's Tower of Terror. It's just
I'll admit I've not done Tower of Terror like you all know, but it's the theming that puts me off.
I love the theming.
So I like Guardians of Sin sort of right on sort of the one in California, and it just feels like there's more of a distraction. That might
I like the spook factor. I like a spook factor.
Yeah, see, that's not sort of my street.
No.
See, I like Halloween
I did Tower
horror.
of Terror. I did Tower of Terror last October with a friend several times, and I'm absolutely silent on that ride. I don't make a noise. I enjoy it, and I just sit there quietly. I scream like a banshee. Doesn't matter how many times I ride it, I properly scream. But that's the
Just
fun.
take that for a soundbite there, Ben. Use that for the January show.
Look at that.
Early morning is what the Brits do because we're all jet lagged and we all wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Except John, apparently. The only Brit that doesn't.
The one thing, Sammy,
Thank you, Jason.
Sam, if you
Sammy's
do
got a
extra
fan.
magic hours in the morning,
Yes.
you've got to get out the park before midday though, because every person staying on site's there, plus all the standard off-site guests. So it gets very, very busy. So you get in and get out.
That stay on site. There's those lazy people like John that stay on site that don't want to go.
Not me.
So it's not everybody.
I'm at another park for opening.
Oh yeah.
That's the key to it. It's trying to put yourself in the place that people least expect you to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people have actually used the whole of the extra magic hours. And like I said before, I think evening hours are brilliant because there is a real tail off on the day. The morning hours, they've always worked against us. And
That's so weird because I felt the exact opposite.
Yeah, after morning hours are great, evening are dreadful. Every time
I always think
it's like
morning
so
is
busy in the
quieter
park,
than
especially
evening.
in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like you have to wait till like the last 5 minutes of so not after hours, but
Wrong thing.
yeah, of extra magic hours, and yeah, it's just
Don't be giving After Hours any publicity on this show. Well, I'm the host.
Can we just say hi to Eric and best wishes for your dad in hospital?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good to know that the
Oh,
surgery was successful. So give him our best wishes.
And also thanks
Sending
for
all of Eric.
Eric as well. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Ben.
And thank you to Jason for officially announcing me as his favourite
Ben.
Waffler.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay, so let's go for the trick. So sort of the hack that I think that we should also look at is if you look at going for an annual pass. So if you look at, instead of going for like an ultimate ticket for 14 days, if you
Ben, you can raise your mask if you want now.
No, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but we like to see you. Want to see cheeky little
Wanna
I
see
see
my
your
face?
beautiful face.
There is someone underneath this mask.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
So,
Your lips weren't even moving, Ben. It's amazing.
yeah. So, but where was I? So yeah, an annual pass. So we've done a few trips where we've planned to go within 12 months of each other, and looking at an annual pass, you get sort of discounts on sort of food, merchandise, especially also when you look at parking as well. It's made a lot of difference. So I just had to pick this out in the comments. It is me.
Yeah, it's not Robert Downey. It is.
Oh no,
We
everyone's
weren't able to
disappointed.
get a special guest, I'm
No.
afraid.
Yeah,
We asked, but no, they
Too
ignored us.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going for an annual pass. Have anyone else considered it before?
Not for
I
Orlando.
don't usually go within 12. I'll usually go at the same time every year, but it would just be outside of the 12 months, so it doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, if you bought
We've
one of
done
them
the
forward
math.
by a month, then it might fit in. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's something we've done being DVC, that we can book 11 months out. So
Yeah.
a lot of our trips are 11 months after 11 months, so we get that benefit. But that's my trick to look into and do, crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
I know it's a boring task.
I've actually looked at the maths of it, Ben, because obviously, it's something that really appealed to us. And the only time that I think for us, when you take into account, and I think it was about 2010, 11, or 9, 10, whatever, where we actually ended up upgrading to annual passes. And it is when you've got 2 trips within a calendar year, you then begin to feel as if you're getting a little bit more value for it. I'll put it that way. And it's really difficult because I think for a lot of people, there is value. You can actually upgrade just one ticket. I think Claire said before about the Infinity Pass in France, but it's that free parking, which again is one of my pet hates, that I don't like paying for parking. But the maths is very, very tight, even with the ultimate ticket from the UK, and it really is. You just about end up ahead of yourself when it's a 2-trip year.
Especially, I think it works if the exchange rate for us is good, which at the moment, obviously, it's not.
Yeah.
Back in 2010, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Back in those days, yeah.
And
back in the happy days where we got
the
$2 per pound.
The only downside from the UK is, unless you're a DVC member, you're not eligible for the cheaper annual passes. You only can get the Platinum Pass, which includes water parks. We're not fussed on water parks, so we can get the gold one. So it only works out, was it $600?
Yeah.
For the annual pass.
Yeah.
So when you think of parking and food and
you just have to sit and crunch the numbers and be prepared to do that.
It's always worth.
As a Brit, it probably works that way as well. But if you live there, you'd want the water parks, wouldn't you? Obviously, so you need the.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
if you live there, you probably got a pool.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
But you still want water parks.
With the annual pass that we've got,
Yeah, definitely.
It's $49 for a day at Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. So
That's
it's
a
one
lot.
of those things, if you get the cheaper one and then just occasionally go to water park.
And obviously you don't get the free mini golf as well with the cheap annual pass.
Not with the gold one, no.
No, and again, I think for those watching this in America, because I know the ticketing system there is completely different, but we're actually afforded quite a lot of freebies on the ultimate ticket. And that round of golf round Oak Trail, the free mini golf before 4 p.m. is actually another good one. I'm just looking at also in the comments, and Neil has also said he's actually done a few times. He's done Christmas in August, and he's made savings. And we'll keep the other one to ourselves, Neil.
No, share now. You pick on it.
It's on the internet for everyone to see.
Cool.
So
Lloyd, what about yours?
Right. So my trick, shock horror, is to do with eating and drinking. So it's not even really a trick or a hack. It's basically, if you haven't got your ADRs, or you are saying Disney Springs and you haven't reserved a table, if you are lucky enough to be a couple or just a couple of people without the kids there, you can always get walk-up seating at bars in most places these days. So I'm just thinking back to 2014, the last time we went, just myself and Emma. So we're going to a place. I remember queuing at, this is off Disney, so plug your ears if you hate Universal. We were at City Walk. Margaritaville had a massive queue. We just walked straight up to the server and said, "Have you got a seat at the bar?" I went, "Yeah, fine." And just walked past them. Sat at the bar. Depending on the place, you've got similar menus. You might even have a full menu. You might have a reduced menu, so you can have food. You can still, you can drink, whatever you want. And it's just it's a great little way to just, if you're not bothered about a table, then just go up and ask about bar seating. The other one as well, I've got this is multifaceted. This one I'm cheating. I'm using the Claire tactics here. So the other one as well is California Grill, but not the DLP one, the Orlando one, the better one.
God, that has been thrown down.
That is fighting talk.
So basically, if you can't get a table there, if there's room in the lounge, you can still go up to the lounge in Cali Grill, have a couple of drinks, and get whatever they've got on the lounge menu. Now, it might be a reduced menu. You can get your pizza or whatever, or a charcuterie or something like that. But you can still go out onto those east and west wings, or is it north and south wings? Someone will correct me on that. And watch the fireworks. So you can see the fireworks over Magic Kingdom from Cali Grill, and you haven't had a table there. And you might have only spent, $50 as opposed to $150 because you've sat in the lounge and had a pizza and some charcuterie and a few drinks. So it's always worth either trying to sit in the lounge or sitting at a bar rather than, going through and sitting in the main restaurant. And I said it's multifaceted. The other part of this as well is, if you are going to go and sit at bars, if you're happy to sit at the bar table or actually the bar, look when the happy hours are, because they've got to the point now where they take the mickey a bit and they charge $8 for a Bud Light, which, are we after 9 o'clock yet? We are. Tastes like cat piss, basically.
Flirkin.
Tastes like Flirkin wee. What could I say? Whatever. And they're charging $8 for this awful flat adjunct a beer, whereas if you go to a happy hour somewhere, you can get stuff for $4. But also including that is the more premium beers, like your nice American Orlando-based IPAs, your Cigar City Brewing, your High Lie, your Dogfish IPA, and that for $4, and your wines are reduced as well. And then the other side of this as well, they also do a food menu. So if you're in a happy hour somewhere and you're still sitting at the bar, there's food menu items. So there's $4 or $5 for a volcano roll, sushi or pizza, depending where you are as well. So it's always something to do. Yeah, happy hour is the way to go. That's what we did before kids anyway. We just find happy hours. Raglan Road, the Hole in the Wall bar, has got a happy hour. So you've got things there like Terrapin Hopsecutioner, where suddenly it's gone from $10 down to $5 or $6. So you're saving a lot, especially if you just only want a couple of drinks and something to eat. So that's my trick anyway.
Wait, I want to say something. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Sammy's mum. I'm Connor. You haven't met me yet.
Oh, hi, Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Sammy,
You can
missed
send
that.
What?
I've been reading Jason's comments as well, and actually, I'll tell you what, I think the next time all of us are out there, we all just need to go and do that grand lounge tour.
And Jason's paying, right?
We'll do all the tours in one. We'll do the Carolina drink tour. We'll do the monorail drink tour. We'll do everything.
Yeah. And Round World
I
Showcase.
hated it. Time it with the happy hours. You can do it like a clock if you plan it out. That's Florida planning down to a T, planning the happy hours.
Yeah.
Right. So my treat is it's very niche. So my treat, people hate. People. This sounds weird. If this wasn't in the Disney podcast, my treat, people hate. So it's a lot of people hate it. It gets a lot of hate. So a lot of people don't do it when they go to Epcot. I prefer it over the other rides. I prefer it to Test Track. For those who have got a bit of an adventurous spirit and want to feel, I was going to say want to feel thrust then. Want to feel
Sick.
want to feel a bit sort of like adrenaline and adventure sports, and it's basically my treat. Basically, is Mission Space. People hate it. People think it's going to make them dizzy. People say they've thrown up coming off it, but it's the only ride in so many places where you can feel 2.5 or 2 point whatever G's. So short of getting into like an F-15 or a MiG jet, it's the only place you can feel it, either going into space or fly in a fighter jet. So for me, anyone like me who's grown up watching Top Gun going, I wish I could do that, or flying into space or something else, it's a treat for me. I think it's a must do. And I would not get put off by the comments. I would not get. Well, I don't know if there's comments on here. Someone said that before, I meant the comments in general. I meant sort of on the forums.
I'm with you, Team
I'll
Orange.
never get put off. Don't. If you've never done it, if you've never done Team Orange, do it.
Do it.
I've
Just
never
do
done
it.
Team Green.
It's fun.
Well,
So next
do it.
Claire's
Do
on
it
Team
once.
Green tonight.
I'm never. Well, no, to be fair, Millie, my daughter, loves Mission Space is one of her favourite rides. Like, she loves it. And she'll be 8 in a couple of weeks' time. And she will Team Green, and she always asks to go on Team Orange, and we have to say no because she's probably just that little bit. I think it might mess her up a bit.
Yeah.
So, but she loves the green side, whereas I tend to go on Orange. I love it.
Green is not the experience. Orange is the experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically with
Yeah.
that centrifuge spinning, that's 17 times a minute or whatever, and the 2.5 G. It's the closest thing you're going to get to being in a fighter jet or in actual spacecraft.
I'm with Paul and Cheryl from that UK Disney couple. Team Orange would leave me feeling team sick.
But it might do. It might do. You're saying would, you're guessing, and my sort of inner ears have got funny as I've got older, and I get dizzy really easy now. And I haven't ridden it for a few years, but I'd still ride it just for the experience. And if I fall over afterwards, I fall over.
Yeah,
Because it's amazing.
and it's really nice because you can do Team Orange, and then afterwards, you obviously need to recover, so you can just nip round to Mexico and get a margarita.
There it is.
Yeah.
I believe that can happen.
You've heard.
I've heard stories of people doing that.
Yeah.
But my closing thought on it would be: don't get put off by reviews online or the comments on this show from our 7 viewers. Just go and do that Orange ride, and then just see what you think of it, because you can feel that blast off. And I'd recommend that to anybody who's going.
I think that goes for a lot of
Disney World.
rides in general, because when we went to DLP this year, I'd never been on a ride. We both never been on a ride that went upside down. And I know we had a bit of an issue with Space Mountain, but we did Indiana Jones. Didn't nearly broke our backs, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit
so
rough.
uncomfortable.
Ben, can we just pick up a comment about the Jungle Cruise? So someone's questioned how does everyone feel about the Jungle Cruise? Now,
Love it.
it is, I would say it is top 3 rides for me, top 3 attractions, maybe even number 1 for me. I adore the Jungle Cruise. I can't get enough of it. I love it when the skippers are great. I love it when the skippers are bad and dying on their feet, because that makes me laugh even more.
Yeah.
I
would love-
the Jingle Cruise version.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
But-
it's definitely recommended. They just, especially on a party night as well.
Yeah.
It's just, the skippers are amazing.
We
It's
so
completely another level.
last year we went on the Jungle Cruise, and we had a skipper who, next to her right at the front, was sat a lady who obviously had been on it many times. She knew the script, and she was basically saying all the punchlines before the skipper. And she had to, but she was doing it quite loudly, and the skipper stopped the boat and turned around and said, "Do you want to skipper the boat then? Do you want to take the ride?" And like deadly serious, and we were like that.
I can imagine that was annoying.
It was like really awkward moment, and then we got on with it. But it was so funny.
But,
What about you, Bia, who asked the question, do you like the Jungle Cruise? I can't wait for the movie. I'm so excited. I love the Jungle Cruise. A lot of people don't get it. Even people in my family don't get it, but I love it.
are you feeling that 30-second delay for the comment to come up from the question you just asked?
But do people not get the
30-second delay.
Just pull up Carlos's comment.
Yeah. Oh, I was laughing
about Mission Space. I'm glad it's from his stomach and nowhere else.
There's a reason they have sickness bags on that, right?
How does everyone else feel about Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, I quite like Jungle Cruise. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done a couple of, every time we've been, and yeah, we always cheer for the backside of water, like everybody does.
Yeah.
Cool.
A few months ago, there was some great stuff on YouTube where actual skippers were doing the routine in their homes and their gardens.
Yes.
Yes.
Lockdown Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, those are hilarious. If they're still on YouTube, go and look them up. They'll give you
brilliant.
Yeah.
I think the last couple of times we've done it, we've had the same skipper who is absolutely amazing. She's brilliant both times with Sinner. I really like the ones that ad-lib and go off script a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Just change it up a bit, keeps it fresh.
Especially the bit where you get towards the end of it, where like
There's
there's
a
like a
queue.
queue of boats ahead.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, Bia, you definitely have to give it a go for sure next time you get a chance.
Yeah.
What was who were the famous or infamous Jungle Cruise skippers then
Oh,
in history?
Williams.
Name them. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Is that because I've heard
Robin Williams?
I've heard recently that people who do Jungle Cruise want to be stand-up comedians, so they will use that queue at the end where there's 5-6 boats to try a bit and just do a bit and just work on their feet. Don't know where I heard
Sounds
that.
right.
Might be just from Mate in the Street, but it fits. And Robin Williams is that the only one? Robin Williams was Disneyland Jungle Cruise skipper.
I feel like
Don't
there's
know.
definitely other.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Yeah.
We'll have to look it up. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyone
Jason,
knows,
that's a bit
leave a comment.
cruel. Poor Carlos. Nobody's a Navi River kind of person.
I don't know anyone who actually goes on that. You've got Flight of Passage or like Satuli Canteen. You just avoid Navi River journey.
We
Oh,
go
like
on
no,
that
Navi
ride.
River's all right. I prefer it to like Small World or it's
Yeah.
get out of yourself.
Which leads us into the next section.
That's the
Now,
next section.
Yeah.
There's far worse rides than Navi River journey.
You're talking
Really?
Team Wimp language here. I am queen
Yes.
of Team Wimp. So yeah, that would suit me.
I think the
What
problem with
is it, John?
there's no
What's
drop,
the
it's just
song,
too
John?
short.
I was desperately trying not to go back on the same point.
Get your lads on to sing that song now.
I think I've said it to Jason when we talked to him on the podcast, and I think I said the same to Carlos, and it spoils it for anybody who's ever been on the Navi River journey. And I will credit my youngest son Joe. Is when you get to the shaman at the very end, it is my earwax, my earwax, my earwax. I dare you now to go and look up. Oh, wait till we've finished. Once we've
don't do
finished,
it now.
Yeah.
go and put that up.
Wait till the end.
Put that
If
up
they're
on
doing that now, I'm going to go watch The Mandalorian, John. So
Someone
We'll be
watched
friends this year, I'll be-
Mandalorian without me earlier.
Yeah, it's horrible, and it's
Are we
just
doing a
such
team?
it's
how
such an
many people can we
earworm.
have? How many people can we have on a group watch, Ben, for Disney Plus?
The group watch is 6, isn't it?
Oh dear.
So who on our
six
six
is
doesn't
enough.
want to watch The Mandalorian tonight? Because we can then involve everybody
I've
who's
watched
watching.
Yeah,
I don't-
he's
I've
already
watched
watched
it.
Have you?
I haven't watched
Yeah.
season 1 yet.
No, I haven't watched
You.
season 1 yet.
Hey Lloyd, if we're not careful, we're going to show
Plenty of
finish by
times.
midnight anyway.
I know.
Right.
Can I
well,
just
The next
say-
episode's out.
Sorry.
Can we just pull up Carlos's comment?
That one?
That's the one. Carlos, that's why I love you.
Aw.
Isn't this the one where Beauty and the Beast sing along is better than Impressions de France?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Impressions de France. Footage of France in the 1970s.
Yeah. Moderately better than 1940s. Let's move on.
All right, it's got a fight going on in the
So long,
comments.
yeah, let's not go there.
I'm Gamora. I die anyway.
Right,
Be careful, otherwise Thanos is
So
going to
do I.
snap.
It's fine.
Spoilers, spoilers.
Spoiler. Spoiler.
Yeah. We can
So
end it
did
here.
we
If
do
you're
our-
bored, if you're bored, let us know in the comments. We've got one more section, but just let us know. And John can snap
You've had
his
enough.
fingers.
And yeah, just
John
if we
Austin
get
can snap
bored,
his
just
fingers
get
now. We can end your pain.
Yeah.
Can I just
More
quickly
people watched
mention
The
my
Mandalorian
treat?
this morning. Why didn't you wait till after this?
Can I just mention my
Sorry,
treat that I
Ben.
missed earlier? And
Yeah. Yeah.
We missed your
You
treat.
missed. You missed
yeah,
earlier.
I,
Lloyd.
yeah, I never said my treat. I said my
Missed
trick.
earlier.
Oh, sorry.
So that's all right.
Did you do it like you waggle your finger then? Did you? John, I've
in
never
dead
seen you do that
mode.
before. I don't like that. I feel told off now.
So yeah,
Teacher's
Best
coming out
Get me
now.
gauntlet. Get me gauntlet out.
that's all right.
Don't
I
wag
prefer
it
the
like
fingers
that.
gauntlet.
Whoever's
I don't know what that means.
misbehaving, I can take them from the stream.
Yes.
So
Take John out and Claire.
Don't think
Claire's
it's
last
moving.
name.
Go on,
That's
go on,
all right.
Anthony,
Where's
do. He's wagging his gauntlet. Yeah.
okay, luckily it's after 9 p.m. So yeah, my
Well, no, I don't wear pants during the podcast, but there's no need to make that comment, Sammy.
I wasn't
get rid of him again.
clear then.
okay, I'm just gonna leave this up. So yeah, my treat.
Claire's still laughing. Bring her up, quick.
I'm gonna go on mute.
Claire, your makeup's gonna run.
I don't even know which which dodgy comment that was. She's laughing to now. It's a bit too
The wagging the gauntlet.
Ben, what's your treat?
Okay, here we. I've forgotten it
lost
now.
it.
Here we go. Let me.
Oh,
There we
no.
go.
Oh, let's just.
No.
There it is.
There we go. So, can anyone recognise this place?
It looks like, is it at Wilderness Lodge?
It is. Yeah, it's Geyser Point.
Geyser
So
Point,
it's one
yeah.
of the best places that we've ever eaten. At quick service. We tried it the year it opened, and the burger there is amazing. Haven't yet tried the bison burger, but that's next on our list. Just the regular cheeseburger with the waffle fries. It's probably the closest burger to Deluxe Burger at Disney Springs. It's just such a peaceful, relaxing place. So
Oh,
it's high up on my list.
It is lovely there.
looks nice.
Really good.
Well, was it worth derailing the whole show to put it in? We've lost our mojo now. We were like that.
We had Mojo.
Like
We had
10
mojo
seconds
till
ago.
someone got their gauntlet out.
I've got my mojo, Lloyd. You're all right, mate.
Oh, please.
Go back in time to Austin Powers where he's lost his mojo and send John's gauntlet.
Nobody wants to see your gauntlet.
There we go. Jason's talking sense.
Oh. Right, Lloyd.
Well, I don't even. Is it worth going into another segment? I don't even know now.
I know, it's like, I don't know, should we? What do you guys
There
think?
you go.
One
I
AM.
think we should.
Go on, let's go.
It's worth going into one.
How
It was
long
a rhetorical,
take?
Yeah,
Do the
do it.
comments one.
blooming question.
I'm loving
go
the
to the
comments from that
segment.
UK Disney
Right.
couple about the
Sorry.
special burger.
Yeah.
Nope. Where's it gone?
Oh,
I like that.
we all love a bad pun.
Or do you get it twice every 100 years? That could open a completely different conversation, couldn't it? What does bicentennial mean? Twice every 100 years or every 200 years?
No, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I like it. I don't think anyone's drinking tonight.
No,
No, that's the worst
Julian.
part. That's the worst
We're not.
part.
We don't
No.
drink doing these because someone.
Oh,
Um,
someone is.
I am.
No, not her.
Or I was. I'm out of drink now.
Lloyd, are you drinking?
Yeah.
Not yet. Can I go and get something?
No,
It's-
no.
No.
Why no?
You've
You
got
know
10
that,
seconds.
Right.
You're
Oh, we
supposed to
don't
be
need
hosting.
alcohol.
So.
We've got adrenaline.
Don't give me any of Becca's lines. Right. Well, let's go to another segment, and then if I want to drink, I'll go off and take one while there's a picture up there. Just keep an eye out for when I come back before you take the picture down, Ben.
Tell you what, Lloyd, just let me know and I'll waffle on for a bit. You nip to the fridge and come back with beers for everyone.
Yeah, we can pass it between.
That's the best,
Like we tried last
segue
time.
if you want to drink. It's just basically get John talking about something that you think's going to take 10 seconds. Well, this will take 10 seconds. 5 minutes
Wait.
later, I've finished the bottle. And
Here we go. The floor is John's.
Right, go
No,
down.
I'm only kidding. I need to introduce the next section first.
There you go. So that's my drink for this evening, which is a nice, lovely old-fashioned Disney mug with
But what's in it?
iron brew.
Ah.
I'm brew.
Iron brew.
Made from girders from Scotland.
Yeah.
Iron brew.
So when Neil's thinking that it's the alcohol kicking in, it's actually the sugar.
Yeah.
It's actually because I do like that. There's a certain shop that does sell the old-fashioned, unspoiled iron brew, and it is still full of the sugar that I know.
Yeah.
I knew and loved as a child, and my teeth are still paying the price for.
Yes, they re-released the original recipe recently, John.
Lovely.
You can get it in glass bottles.
Yeah.
Iron brew and Tunnocks caramel logs. That's what you need.
Oh, it's just it takes me back. Takes me back.
Ben, did you not put in the description of the show must be drinking or drunk or at some level to our viewers?
No, I didn't. I forgot.
I think that's
I
for
did
the
that last
viewers,
time.
not for us.
Neil knows you very well, John.
This is gonna be a long live stream, guys.
Yeah,
It
Neil
puts
does
out
make me
automatically
very
an hour and a half, doesn't it?
Well, StreamYard, we've got 4 hours.
excellent.
Alright,
So-
great.
Hey, bunkering, guys.
Oh.
That's it.
Someone paid for the premium version.
No, there's a higher version which is 8 hours, but I didn't want to go for that one.
No,
Yeah, I think
much.
Right.
And
I'll
it's
definitely
in
be
higher
green forever
resolution
at
as
that rate.
well.
God, no, we don't
Let's
need that.
let's get this back on track, and basically we will curtail at some point. So let's try and do these quite snappy. So right,
Thanks, Chris.
Thanos snappy. Do you get it? Oh.
Don't stop it. Don't.
I'm not allowed
No,
to
not
do that.
yet.
I'm not Thanos.
Yes,
I'm
not
not
yet.
Hawkeye.
I'm
I have no
not allowed to.
special powers.
I'm not allowed to.
Do you know what?
So we all can do that.
I worked in a job once where someone called me the Hawkeye of the department, and I don't know how to take it really. Is it because everyone else had powers and I didn't? I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway,
You just got your bow and arrow.
yeah, I'm really good at archery, and he can fly. Yeah, we're pretty much level pegging.
What
Yeah.
if they confuse you with Robin Hood?
You need a gauntlet, Lloyd. You need a gauntlet.
You need the gauntlet. You're sending that to someone after this show, right? Okay, so it's Halloween. We are going to share some scary tales of Disney now as we enter the Nightmare on Main Street segment. I'll lead us in a really snappy way. Basically, my scariest moment in Disney was where I was out with the family. We'd hired a car and we were staying in Universal, but we were spending one night in Saratoga Springs to go into Disney and go to Disney Springs. So we were moving out of Saratoga Springs the next day, but we were in Disney Springs that night, and we got back to the apartment and I had lost the car keys at some point in the evening. So we'd had a couple of drinks. One boy had fallen asleep, the other boy was eating ice cream in Terralina, and I think I'd had an I4 IPA, and Emma had a glass of Sauvignon, and we opened a Buzz Lightyear for Brody in Terralina, and so that's where we stayed for a bit. So I ran back to Terralina, and the keys were not there either. Going to reception, if someone hands something in, they'll be there. They weren't there either. Back to the bar, they weren't there. I'd thrown the keys away with the packaging from the Buzz Lightyear toy into one of many, many bins in Disney Springs. And we had realized this fact as we were walking back into our where were we? We were in the paddocks in Saratoga Springs. As we got there, and then was there with the boys taking up to the apartments, we'd realized that. So I had to check every bin in the whole of Disney Springs from Terralina back to Saratoga Springs. It wasn't there. I checked every bin again, used the torch on my phone, wasn't there. Rang Emma. Which bin did we put the Buzz Lightyear stuff into? It was the last bin before you turn left out of Disney Springs onto to go to Saratoga Springs. Right, okay. Check that bin. Found a bag with a Buzz Lightyear in. covered in about 3 milkshakes, a lot of other CRAP that had been put in there as well. And,
Oh my word!
but I was happy as Larry got my hand covered in milkshakes. I will hope it was chocolate milkshake. Took the bag out, opened the. It was the toy store we got it from, near World of Disney. Is it Toys of Disney? Is that what it's called? Or
Once Upon a Toy.
Once Upon a Toy. So Once Upon a Toy was Disney bag. All the Buzz Lightyear stuff at the bottom of the bag. My car keys.
Yay!
My heart went back into rhythm, and it was just it was a lovely night after that. But it was the worst. I spent about an hour and 10 minutes looking in bins in Disney Springs. And none of you can say you've ever done that, so there you go. I trump you, and that's my nightmare on Main Street. Who was next? John, we'll go to you.
Yeah, I'm going for an upbeat one, and I could have a real whinge, but it'd take us right into sort of the hours that nobody ever wants to go there. So I'll avoid that. But I'm going for weather. Everyone seems to love whinging about weather in Orlando, and do you know something? Yeah. It rains in August in Orlando. Yeah, that's rain.
Pretty much like that.
That's rain.
Yep.
But you've got to work around it. It's not the case that, so many people that go for the first or second time and they come home and they're just like, oh, it rained. It's just like being at home. It's more rain, and it goes away. It goes away quite quickly. And actually, if you make use of sort of the weather apps across there are absolutely amazing, because what they say is going to happen within about 10 to 20 seconds. If it's going to rain at 11:22, it'll rain at 11:22. Unlike the UK apps that say it's going to be glorious all day and it's going to be 15 degrees. And I've just walked outside and I'm absolutely soaking wet. And they've no idea. But in Orlando, they do, and they know it. So just, look at your weather app. But you can do something about it, and instead of it spoiling your holiday, use it as a moment to take stock. If you're in Magic Kingdom, find somewhere inside, or find the inside ride before the rain starts, because most of Magic Kingdom is outside, and it really does become a bit of a pain. But the other thing I would say, if you get wet, don't go into the aircon in August, because you get even doubly done. But it works throughout the year, and we were from our very first visits. Our first visits as a family were over Christmas, because we always thought that it'd be too hot in a Floridian summer. Well, what a load of rubbish that was, and thank goodness that we actually learned that. Yeah, I like rain in Florida, because it goes away and then it's red hot about 20 minutes later, and if you've got wet, and even that picture. 20 minutes after that,
sunshine in blue.
Yeah, and there was a really funny moment, because the guy who stood beside us as that was happening was putting plastic bags onto his brand new Nike trainers. It was like Disney bags. It was Disney bags, and he was actually desperately trying to protect his trainers, and it was just one of the moments in life, and just yep. My feet are wet already, mate. Let's get on with it. Let's crack on, because it's my holidays. And do you know something? A bit of rain is far better in Orlando than it is back in the UK, because it's
Absolutely.
You're in Disney. At the end of the day, I'd much rather it be raining or be in Disney than be at home.
Yeah,
it's different rain, isn't it? It's different rain. It's nice rain.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
The energy in the air and the clouds, it's different.
The thing is, you can just see it appearing as well. So even if you're just looking up the sky, you get a reasonable warning of there's a thunderstorm on the way.
I think you're spot on there, Ben. Yeah,
You can feel it coming.
Yeah. You actually can. You know what is about to happen, and I think that's where I'm saying, if you particularly somewhere like Magic Kingdom, where so much is outside, be ahead of the game. Get yourself into the queue for Space Mountain, even if it's a standby queue and you've got to wait an hour, because fine well you're going to stay dry, and you're ahead of everyone else behind you.
Or you could take us with you, because both times that we've been to Orlando, it's been freezing cold.
So
yeah,
take us. We'll be fine.
Yeah, if you want to take us along.
So it's like a public service announcement. So
Yeah,
any
yeah.
time that you announce where you're going, everyone else is
Yeah,
going for
yeah.
Orlando.
Let the citrus growers know in Orlando the next time you're going. 'Cause it ruins their crop, doesn't it?
Oh,
There's-
I'm not
there's a-
kidding. December 2010. It
Yeah,
was.
we know. Yeah,
It was -2.
Yeah,
some
we
days.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of comments there about my choice of Terralina, about better places to go in Disney Springs. And I tried to take the pushchair. We went to Jock Lindsay's hangar bar. I tried to take it onto the veranda on the back, which is a pretend boat, isn't it? And the woman said, "You're not allowed to take pushchairs onto the boat." And I said, "Well, why?" And she said, "Because it's a boat." I went, "No, but it's a pretend boat. Surely I could just put the pushchairs somewhere else and take the toddlers on with me. It's a pretend boat." She went, "No, it's a boat. You can't go on. You can't take them on there." Right, okay. But honourable mention though, Joel Lindsay's hangar bar was awesome.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Lindsay's.
I wouldn't have chosen Terralina by choice, but it was just like the easiest place to go to.
It's
Really.
the first bar we've ever been to in Walt Disney World.
It's great.
Yeah.
And the placemats are all obviously Indiana Jones themed, of like subtle things from one of the first three movies.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Can also give a shout out. Chris has actually mentioned in the chat as well. He once saw someone trying to keep dry by wearing the Disney retail bag on Carly River Rapids. Oh, that is quality. Now, if anyone listening to the podcast and knows that Becca hates the thought of wearing a poncho on wet rides, that I've got to say is really. I dread to think.
Would you wear a carrier bag?
Bags?
Yeah, but Chris, was it over their top or was it like a nappy from down upwards? Because that's the best thing to do. Because then you keep your bum dry in your jeans, don't you, or your shorts. Over the top's nothing because you can dry that out very easily.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm wearing a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or white jeans.
Yeah.
Chris Shepherd, you are the only person I know who also knows Puddle's Pity Party, the singer. I just have to say that.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to look at me like I'm stupid, but there's a singer who dresses as a white clown called Puddle's Pity Party, and Chris Shepherd has mentioned him.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Excellent.
All right, cool. Hi, Kelly. Kelly's just joined us.
Hi, Kelly.
Ben, your nightmare.
Oh, where do I start? So it's Disneyland Paris. So people who've listened to podcasts for a while will know what happened the first time we went to Disneyland Paris last year. So we went on Small World. Just thought, do you know what? We've got a new gimbal, new phone. Let's just go and film something we've not done before. So we did. It lasted about 2 minutes. And this is what happened.
Start te gaan. Dank u voor uw geduld en begrip. Atención, señoras y señores. Por razones técnicas, nuestra aventura ha sido momentáneamente interrumpida. Rogamos permanezcan sentados en sus asientos.
Okay, we were stuck on there for 45 minutes before we had to be evacuated.
Nightmare.
So after that announcement, which went through, I think, 10 different languages, it then stopped. And this is what carried on.
That's not creepy at all.
Did you get hypnotised by it?
I've got, I think, about 10, 15 minutes of filming, and well, not just that particular doll, but yeah, it was scary.
Did you just hear the clicking of the dolls moving?
Yes, yeah. And the thing is, there was no sort of other announcement.
Got a new face.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just taking me back
Uncanny.
now.
Uncanny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was dreadful. And the thing is, the only benefit we got to see when we got evacuated, we got to see sort of behind sort of the sort of, what was it? The backstage area of DLP, even though we couldn't film that bit.
Strangely enough, it's not as exciting as it sounds.
No, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, sort of. Yeah,
Still.
definitely. We've not done DLP.
Without
Small World
a ride
again.
breaking on us.
Oh yeah,
Either.
that's true. Because when we went in February, we broke down on Indiana Jones just before the lift hill, and we were there for about 20 minutes. But the problem is, you had whoever's done Indiana Jones, when you stop just before you go up the lift hill, there's sort of a fence on the left where people look over to see people go on the ride. So we had people just like waving at us.
Oh, that's
while
nice.
we were stuck there for
quite
20
nice,
minutes. And then we had to sort of, we were given a fast pass to go back on it later on, which we never did because it was the last day. And then on our most recent trip, what did we break down on this time?
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh.
Right
So-
at the end.
So currently, I'm deciding I'm not going anywhere with Peter and Jill, or Ben and Becca.
Yeah.
Now we don't have this problem at Walt Disney World, so
Just
you can come to Disney World
just
with
Disneyland
us.
Paris.
Just Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, but if you put Disneyland Paris with the cold, it's going to be minus 20, minus 30. We're going to be frozen ever after.
I got sunburn in TLP.
What
Well, there
month
you
did
go.
you go, Jill?
That was way back. That was in September, I think. Yeah.
Taking Scarlet Witch too literally.
Indeed.
Right. Jill, enlighten us with yours.
Right, mine. Let me take you back to 2014. Our last visit to Walt Disney World, and we had the food and wine special package that they were doing at that time, part of which included entry into an after-hours event in Epcot, and you had a special lanyard that got you 6 portions of various food from the booths and a special drink and so on. They had made a big deal when we booked this that you have to have that lanyard with you. Otherwise, they cannot let you in. Keep that in mind.
I think I can see
During the
this.
day,
You know where this is going.
yeah, we had a lovely day in Hollywood Studios. We watched Fantasmic. We had a great time. We came out and thinking, right, now we need to get across to Epcot. And oh, heck, where's the lanyard? So then we don't drive, so reliant on Disney transport. Let's just say we had a spirited discussion about what would be the best way. Oh no, that came later. The drinks came later. But we had a spirited discussion about what would be the best way to get back to SSR where we were staying. So in the end, we managed to get back to SSR. Peter ran up to our room, got the lanyard, came back down. We ended up getting a taxi into Epcot so that we'd make it in time. And we were not in the best of moods at this point, it's safe to say. We got there and Peter managed to realize that he had left his magic band back in the room because he had to take it off to open the door because, you know, it was one of these times where you fiddle around with it and it just would not open the door. So he'd taken it off. So his magic band was still in the room. Fortunately, we spoke to a wonderful CM who could obviously see that Peter was with me. I had my magic band. We had the lanyard. Fine. Yeah, let us in. Great. Then we had to dash up to the festival centre where they said, oh, yes, don't worry, you're late. And you needn't have bothered with the lanyard. It would have been fine without. Despite that, we did manage to have a lovely evening. We had these glowy cocktails. We had some really nice food. We sat and we listened to 2 great guys playing guitar and singing. And we had a lovely evening. But yeah, not without its scary side, that one.
Oh, bless.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. We went to Epcot one night and Emma forgot her magic band. This was in WDW, and obviously it's just like flatline. You ain't getting in without your ticket. So yes, it's never a nice experience. Claire, your nightmare on Main Street.
Oh, hi, Kerry, by the way. Nice that you came and joined us. So mine is Disneyland Paris again. It's not any way similar to Ben and Becca, so it is dining related. And before the Blue Lagoon became Captain Jack's restaurant, we went to the Blue Lagoon for lunch one day. And Blue Lagoon in Disneyland Paris is the restaurant inside Pirates of the Caribbean. And we'd been there before, had a really good meal. We went, and our server must have just been having a really off day. He was so difficult and rude. And I love a good table service restaurant, but what I really don't like is a rude server. And by rude, I mean he was literally slamming the plates down on the table in front of us. And you know when you get that feeling, you're like, I'm going to say something. I am actually going to say something, because I can't remember what I'd ordered, and he came and the plate was banged on the table and he stomped. Yeah, I wasn't a happy bunny at all. So I would say it's probably one of the only times I have ever been to City Hall to complain. I usually go to say the cast members were amazing. But I went down to City Hall with Dan, and I was so cross that I started explaining this situation, and the lovely cast member in City Hall, took me into the little side room and shut the door because I was so cross.
Your escape room.
So, take me away from the other guests. Shut the door, and he let me have a rant. And they took some, but it was awful. It was awful, and I actually haven't been back to that restaurant since.
Oh God! And I just echo John's thoughts from earlier that we send a heartfelt message to all cast members,
except him,
in this difficult time.
Except that one.
You know what? He couldn't be the only. Maybe he was just having a bad day, but all the other tables around us were having the same experience. So it was just appalling. It wasn't even just French when people go, it was just rude.
Oh God!
Just didn't feel Disney.
There was nothing Disney about it. It wasn't even Universal.
This is my point about DLP. I know you all shoot me down all the time, but these things can happen at DLP.
Do you know what, Lloyd?
Americans
I think
wouldn't
it
let
could
that
happen anywhere. We've had
Mm.
experiences at all sort of different restaurants in DLP, as well as Walt Disney World, and I think it's just sometimes you get someone who's having a bad day, and we all have them.
Yeah. We all have bad days. His was particularly bad, and it affected my lunch.
She's unforgivable.
Jason's got it right. Celebration of cast members, except for that one.
Exactly.
He's probably now working at Universal.
I think Jason also needs a little bit of a clarity about sort of the Blue Lagoon in DLP as well, and it's not the film that he's watched. I've just checked.
John, you remember this? Was it Brooke Shields?
Yes.
Was it Brooke Shields?
I think it was. Yeah.
I don't know this film.
I've just had to check it out because obviously I don't watch things like that,
Okay.
There's two versions: a 1950s one and then a
80s,
a slightly naughty 1980s one. Yeah.
What's that? I'm not familiar with any of them, Peter.
Okay.
He wore out the VHS, so he's not familiar with them anymore.
I'm
in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm shocked and stunned that Jason knows of that film too, though.
80s.
Well,
80s. Yes.
Yeah.
Peter, your Nightmare on Main Street.
Right, my Nightmare on Main Street is more a nightmare in downtown Disney. Because in 2014, when we went, downtown Disney was full of hoardings. And we were rushing to get to the Cirque du Soleil show from one end of downtown to the other. And it was crowded with people drinking and all these green boards just directing people and just coming at you, and it was just so scary. It felt like being in a horror maze. You just couldn't get away from these boards, and it was just so scary.
It's a bit like walking around Epcot in a minute.
Well, we were in a rush, and it was Food and Wine half marathon weekend, so the place was just full of people.
Very claustrophobic.
Oh, it was terrible.
Weekend.
I'd agree with that though, Peter. I think as well it goes back to a time and a place, and I think for everyone who remembers downtown Disney during that particular period in time, it wasn't very pleasant whatsoever, and it was basically. I'm thinking of a better expression because I know I've got people from America watching. But when I used to go and watch the football in this country, when you feel as if you're being tunneled into a very, very small area, and it's not a particularly pleasant experience. And I think, I can understand that. And also that journey from the very top end of downtown Disney right down to Cirque du Soleil is really quite a long one. And it's deceptive how long it actually takes.
Yeah, we were staying at SSR, so we'd walked it and thought, oh yeah, we'll have plenty of time. No, we did not.
No.
Right, cool, Sammy.
So if you've listened
and quickly, if you will.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm like the quickest one here.
The quietest one.
Yeah, I'm the most unassuming quietest one.
You're the silent
I
assassin.
thought that was my job.
Silent assassin.
Oh yeah, Becca's the silent assassin. So if people have watched the previous episodes of the podcast, they might have already heard me tell this story, and I'll tell it as quick as possible, Lloyd. Okay.
It's for our viewers.
So we were at Disneyland Paris. Great, thank you. We were at Disneyland Paris for my friend's 30th, and we went for breakfast at, is it Crystal Palace?
I thought you had this tight, Sammy. For goodness sake.
Claire, is it Crystal Palace?
I don't think
Plaza
so.
Gardens.
Yeah, Plaza Gardens. That one. Sorry. We were there for my friend's birthday meal to meet the characters and stuff. Basically, when Mickey Mouse came round to take our pictures with him, he was very rude and basically made this gesture to the group, which was basically telling us to hurry up and like. Yeah.
Is that rude gesture? I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad now.
Told me and my group of friends to hurry up with our pictures, and I think Ben's got a picture of the bloody photo that I got. Yes, my picture with Mickey was bloody because he was rushing us, and I was just so shocked because who expects a character in Disney to be as rude as that and try and rush you and stuff like that. So we went to City Hall to complain, which again, like Claire, I've never done that before in my 12, 14 times at Disney. And unfortunately, we didn't get a lovely cast member like Claire. We got a very, very rude cast member who basically said to us, what do you want me to do about it? So it was very, very frustrating. We eventually, they gave us fast pass tickets to go and meet Mickey at Town Square, but it was a pretty shocking experience. Yes, Jason, it was at Disneyland Paris that this happened, because American Mickey would never.
Not Mickey.
He was jet lagged. He was in his French sort of makeup for that day.
Yeah, American Mickey would never. It was Disneyland Paris Mickey that did this. So yeah, that's my nightmare story, because that's probably one of the only bad experiences I've ever had at Disney.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right, is it? You expect a certain the cast. Well, do you know what? It's not what we expect. The cast members do such an amazing job. And that one person has left all the cast members down, haven't they?
Yeah. And I mean, we expected when we went to City Hall to, the first thing they should have done is, we'll give you fast passes to go meet Mickey again. But it was just the fact that they said, well, what do you want us to do about it? And they were not bothered in the slightest that we'd had this bad experience with Mickey Mouse, and it's my friend's 30th. I know we're adults, But why are we there then?
It doesn't matter who you are, Sammy, at all.
Exactly. We're there to meet our favorite characters and stuff like that. That's why we go, to have an amazing interaction and an amazing experience.
Why would you want fast passes to meet him again, though? To get the same experience with the guy having a bad day? You didn't even give us fast passes to meet him again.
Because
you come back and he'd be like that.
Yeah, so that we could beat up Mickey Mouse.
I remember reading, though, when they first started doing the breakfast in Plaza Gardens, that characters had something like 90 seconds per table. So that was probably why, but I think they've changed that now. because it used to be the opposite. I mean, we once had breakfast in Cafe Mickey, and it was the opposite. It took forever, and that they spent ages and ages with every table. And I had a hilarious experience where I think it was Eeyore and Piglet were trying to get past me, and they couldn't get through the slot. And basically, they instead of making me feel uncomfortable because they couldn't get past, they were pretending to have a row with each other to try and get past. So yeah, it used to be absolutely the opposite in that characters would take forever with you. So it's a real thing.
It wasn't even, wait, like, honestly, there was 4 of us and we weren't even taking that long. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obviously, I know the characters' times are precious. They've got a time limit and they've got times to, you know, go backstage and stuff like that to have a rest. But like going like this, when four people are there paying to have an experience, and for someone's 30th birthday, it just wasn't good enough to me.
Thanks, Sammy. Yeah, it's a really good point. You know, they should never, you know, regardless of what they're paid or whatever, they're in a very sort of, you know, privileged role, aren't they, to be a cast member for Disney? They should be upholding that. Becca, your nightmare on Main Street.
Mine's kind of a little bit self-inflicted. Not like that. Don't worry. There was no alcohol involved.
You disappoint me.
It's funnier because there was no alcohol involved. A few years back, we went for our 10th anniversary of being together, and I tripped up in the tram lines going down Main Street. Didn't think anything of it until later that evening, when I tried to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and couldn't put any weight on my foot.
Ooh.
So I had to crawl to the bathroom and back, and then spent our anniversary laying in bed with my ankle up, icing it and resting it while he laid down by the pool.
Oh, what a gentleman. What a gentleman.
I hope he brought you some drinks up as analgesia, some painkillers.
I got tenor. Is it tenor? Painkillers. Anti-inflammatory.
I thought you gave you money, a tenner. Here's a tenner, sort yourself out.
Just go. Yeah.
Whatever you call it. Ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun trip. But,
Yeah.
Talking of something
Yeah, I'm not
like-
coming
like-
with you.
No. Claire, if you come with us, you'll get pictures like this.
Is that the automated cameras?
No, it's
Is
worse.
that the
No, it's not. It's
cast
worse. We had the automated ones, which were taken at the same time, but the cast member with the automated wanted said could use your phone. So I said, yeah, no problem. She said, oh, I know how to use these phones, so she did. And I thought, oh, these are going to be good photos because it's with my phone. Not till I look back that evening, and that's what we got.
That's horrendous.
She took 5 of those, and they all look the same.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So
wow.
I really want Disney to make sure they have PhotoPass trained photographers, not just genuine cast members with an
100%.
automated machine.
Jason's gone in with a mother-in-law joke. The old ones are the best.
Oh.
Right.
In the words of Mickey,
That's rude, though, isn't it? I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't know it was rude gesture. I was just trying to get you to hurry up.
I'm getting you.
I've never seen that symbol before. Right, so let's call it a night.
Let's see some music to go with this.
Here's an even easier one. There you go. Look, there. I'm going to just pass that across, just right into that corner. Into that corner for you.
Can you pass it up?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that way.
Beers are on me, and it's Scottish beer as well, Sammy. It's
Tenants. Are you drinking tenants?
I think I need a drink after this.
not yet.
Ironically, the drink of
Wait,
homeless people.
look! It's good deal. Good deal. Look.
Okay, let's not discriminate
Right.
against homeless people. Let's wrap.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, all our watchers/listeners.
I think there's only one.
Yeah, for being on their best behaviour. Well, they were all on the best behaviour apart from Mr. Knapp, but he was still amusing. Ben, do the honour. I can never remember where we are on socials and stuff. Can you do the honours and tell people where to find us if they don't already know where to find us? Or if they want to block us after watching this show, they can block us on all those socials.
That's a good point. Well, you can find all our podcasts on your favourite podcast apps, so Stitcher, Google, Apple, Spotify. You're watching this on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, which is the first time that we've gone live in 2 places at once. So on all our social medias, we are at GB Mickey Waffle. You can also find our website, which is www.themickeywaffle.com, where you'll find an upcoming blog, which will be coming very shortly, as well as show notes and some more stuff about our show.
Thanks,
There's
Ben.
a question. Hang on.
Yeah, we have
There's a
There's a
question.
Question.
Oh, no.
Question.
Carlos.
Carlos wants to know where we're all from because he's trying to pinpoint
We
our
need a
accent.
jingle.
The UK.
Ben, have you got a jingle for questions?
No. I need to work on sound effects. I might have to
Let's
ask
just go
Carlos.
around the circle very quickly. I'm
Sam,
from
you do the
Glasgow.
theme tune. I'll do question. Waffle question.
Countdown.
Right, let's just do a quick round. So I'm from Glasgow in Scotland.
Sorry, what?
Go to me.
Yeah, Claire.
So I am from I am Scottish, but I live in the southeast of near Canterbury.
John.
Yeah, go to me next. I'm originally from the place that Mickey Scouse has come from, which is Liverpool, and I live the other side of the M62 now in Yorkshire.
Ben
Ben
Becker.
Becker?
So we live in Kent, not far from Claire herself. A little town called Ashford.
Lloyd.
Sorry, go on, Becca. You can give some more detail on Ashford.
No, just Ashford.
You don't need any more detail.
There was nothing else to say
The only
about it.
benefit to Ashford is it has a Eurostars DLP.
Direct to
when it
DLP. That's why we want to live there. I was originally the Wirral in the UK, which is a little peninsula, and then Liverpool, and then I live in Congleton. I didn't. I lived in Bury near Manchester, and I live in Congleton in Cheshire.
That doesn't help. He doesn't know where Congleton is.
He's obviously interested. He can look it up. I live in Cheshire. Okay, Peter and Jill.
Describe the Wirral as you did, Lloyd.
It's a peninsula. Wirral Peninsula.
Correct, mate. Come on.
The Wirral has never been called a little
Get with
peninsula.
me.
It's the Wirral Peninsula.
Hollywood over there.
3 sides of water. Peninsula.
Yeah.
Look it up, people.
Trying to make it sound posh.
The Wirral Connect.
Right, I'm going to Google it now. I'm going to show you where it says Wirral Peninsula. Right, Peter and Jill.
Right. Well, I am originally from Wales. Met Peter in London. Lived in London 27 years. Now back in Wales.
And I'm originally from Preston in Lancashire, which is near Manchester and Liverpool.
There somewhere.
Somewhere up there.
Yeah.
As Jill said, I was 27 years.
That doesn't help us,
in-
Lloyd.
Lloyd, you're upstage. Lloyd, please don't upstage me.
No, you can keep talking. I'm just showing this after you finish talking. Wirral Peninsula. I'll drop them apples.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cool. So, I'm originally from Preston in Lancashire, near Manchester, Liverpool, that's over in northwest England. I lived in London for 27 years, and beginning this year, I moved to Llantwit Major, Llanelton Fawr, in South Wales. So that's me.
Okay.
Cool.
Lloyd, take us out. Come on.
Okay, cool. So the most shocking thing about this Halloween that we're all going to experience is probably that Sammy managed not to swear again on another live podcast.
Well done, Sammy.
Yeah. So let's see us out then. So we'll all go. We'll all leave now. I'm going to go out to that biker bar from Police Academy. Claire's got 9 hours of makeup removal.
Yeah.
Is that 9 hours? Is that conservative idea? Is that 9 hours?
I have no idea because last time when I tried it out last week as a test run, I only did my face. I've literally got like half my body covered in green. So who knows?
Who knows?
And if anyone in the UK has watched Phoenix Nights,
Yes.
I've got that vision of young Kenny. So the next time we go live, if Claire's still green, you'll understand why.
Yeah, tune into December's show and see. That'll be the big question on your lips: is Sarah still green?
Yeah.
Right, Sammy needs to get some box cutters to cut herself out of the Spidey person, non-specific gender costume. Jill is got to go. She's a bit scarlet because Peter's obviously got the horns there. Ben is Ben Stark. Descends again, doesn't it? I've got to stop getting John to write my script for me. Ben is Ben Stark, raving mad after having to try and pull this all together tonight, keep the wheels turning, and give us all the visuals. Becca's off now on a secret mission to hide that cat suit from Ben, and
he won't fit into it.
That leaves John to click his fingers as Jonos, but not yet though, because
that's good. You can't find my mask.
One of the boys nicked it.
Have you got your gauntlet though, or is that somewhere else?
Hey, gauntlet's still intact, mate. Look at that.
Cool. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Take care. Look after each other. We appreciate you watching. We love you all. And as always, we just want to say to all of you,
Waffle on!
John, do the honours.